Peter Shiao joins us now from Beijing. He's CEO of the Orb Media Group. It's an independent film studio focused on Hollywood Chinese co-productions. Welcome to the show, Peter. So this theater is such an iconic landmark in Los Angeles. What has it meant and symbolized to you over the years?
Well, that's a really good question because I actually went to Hollywood High School, which was just down the street. I grew up in Hollywood as a Chinese American, so at a time when you really didn't have anything to connect to the Chinese experience, there was the Chinese theater, and it stood for the best movies, it stood for the glamour and the iconic status of Hollywood. For it to be connected to Chinese culture, for me as a Chinese American kid, right there on Hollywood Boulevard, I can't tell you what it meant to me. I have the best memories from Star Wars to some of the most memorable movies I have experienced as a child were within those halls.
Well, let's turn to today. Peter, 4 years ago, it was renamed the TCL Chinese Theatre. We know that naming rights nowadays are big business deals. This one between a major Chinese electronics company and Hollywood. So how do you think it's worked out so far?
Well, you have to ask the folks from TCL how they liked it, but I think it's been a win for them, and just knowing some of the exhibitors and the folks behind the theater, I think it's been a great partnership, and it's representative of the opportunities when these two industries, when these two countries and cultures join hands. And I think this is just the tip of the iceberg.
We've seen a lot of...
Sorry, I'm having a little bit of an earpiece problem here.
That's okay, we'll keep trying. You know, we've seen a lot of blockbuster partnerships in recent years. Fox International Productions and Tencent, Alibaba and Amblin Pictures, the list goes on and on. What kind of impact do you think this is all having on the Chinese film industry?
Well, I think the Chinese film industry is in a moment of learning. It's been a very disappointing 2016 in terms of box office for Chinese language films. And one of the major factors, industry analysts would agree, is the quality of Chinese filmmaking. It's the accessibility, it's the craft, it's the technology, it's really the screenwriting. All of those things, I think that the Chinese players who are investing in Hollywood are not only looking to make money, they're looking to learn. So I think that is what's happening right now, active learning from Hollywood. At the same time, I think there's a realization that Hollywood is not the panacea. It's got 100 years plus of history, but there's things that China knows quite well, from digital marketing to the implementation of technologies and the using the internet as a backbone for communicating and engaging with the masses. So there's a really, really exciting mutual learning that's going on.
What are some things that we should watch on the horizon? What's in the works happening right now that is exciting you the most?
Well, as a filmmaker, what's exciting me the most are the projects that I'm working on, which really embodies the best of both worlds. Hollywood screenwriters, Hollywood producers, the best visual effects companies, some of the best planning and development capabilities that go into original Chinese IP. And the big leap that we made this year was to go from an English language view of the world to taking those capabilities and marrying it to Chinese IP, Chinese culture, Chinese stories, and Chinese directors and filmmakers. So we're in the middle of this great experiment of putting this kind of ideal universe together, coupled with Chinese internet capabilities. So I think you're going to see a lot of these kind of efforts, and we're really pleased to be at the forefront of this next wave.
All right, Peter Shiao in Beijing. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining us.